Hello again. This time I'm going to be making you some shrimp scampi. So in the shrimp I have is vegan shrimp. It's made out of konjac powder. Grab some out of the freezer if I can find it. This is the konjac shrimp. It comes frozen like this. This is for those on a low protein diet, like I am, 0.75 grams. For 1.76 ounces or 50 grams. And this is 5 servings. So, and I am pretty much using the whole thing. And nice that they actually have unrounded numbers on here. It is also 22.5 calories. I don't know if sodium is rounded because it says 500, but I gave you the numbers that are. But this is the shrimp, and I have half of a stick of butter, and to that I'm going to be adding 20 grams of garlic, now that it's started to melt. And while that's cooking, grab one of these out and some measuring cups, because later I'm going to have to measure some wine. And with this, you want to use a dry white wine. The one I have is just a cheap brand that I found in the store. I am using La pasta with this. It's Cambrooke's linguine. It looks more like regular spaghetti to me. But the thing is, you want to get the garlic as fine as possible, and preferably use fresh garlic. My rule with garlic: don't let friends peel garlic. I do get the peeled garlic already. I couldn't find the fresh garlic in the store this time for when I need it next time, but I had a couple packets of these. And again, one head is about 20 grams. The butter moving. And we want this to cook down some. You don't want to burn the garlic or the butter. Okay, about now I'm going to put in the shrimp. So this is the konjac shrimp. It is not real shrimp. It looks like it, but it's not. The wine I'm using is a Moscato. Again, it's just a cheap wine that I could find in the store. So I found this at a Kroger where I was at. Pinot Grigio works well. It's the one I normally use. So I'm adding in 2 cups of the wine. But if you have any of the wine left, make sure you drain it. Okay, this is about the point where I want to turn up the heat, because we do want this to come to a boil. And when this starts heating, I forgot, I got to add in the pasta. So, good if you don't have the pasta all the way cooked. Especially if you are using real pasta. Our pasta is made out of potato starch, because flours are not good, and neither is eggs. And so the starch does stick together. So So you got to make sure you put oil or some sort of a grease in there. With real pasta, it's not needed as much. You can add it, most people do, but if you stir real pasta, it doesn't stick. And again, this is medically prescribed pasta. Now I'm going to add in the pasta. And as you can see, this comes together pretty quickly. So I did cook the pasta some. May even add in the parsley towards the end of the cooking process here. Which is generally when you want to add in wine. To keep the flavor. But unlike most think, wine does not cook all the way out. So if you have young children, not the recipe for it. Or alcoholics who have the lemon will help it keep longer. So I'm using a juicer because the seeds and the lemon sometimes like to soak through. But fresh is always better. And I'm using the entire lemon. Just get as much juice out as you can. So put that there. So if you're on the FODMAP diet, this is not for you either because of the garlic. It does avoid onion and garlic. So if you don't like or if you don't like garlic or because I'm not using onions in this, but I am using garlic. With me, garlic you can never get enough of. No vampires in this house. Now I'm going to add in the parsley. So I normally don't while I'm cooking because it's mainly just something to make it look pretty. But this is 14 grams of parsley. Since I'm not adding in the red pepper flakes that I normally add in to any pasta, because the Zatarain's is very spicy, and has way too much. I will be adding in I will be topping with Parmesan cheese. Again, I don't use real Parmesan cheese, although Parmesan cheese is one of the lower ones in protein. I try to stick to a vegan diet whenever possible because some things on the vegan diet are higher in protein than real stuff. And my tolerance is 30 grams, so it is high. However, it's normally better. I'm using Violife Parmesan cheese. It comes in a wedge. So this is how it comes. And I have some already grated from last time that I'm using. So, if you like the videos, please like, subscribe, share, comment, and thanks for your time.